Flexion, extension, extension, let's do that first because she's pretty much there. So center of axis fulcrum is going to be lateral, it's okay. Each down. Lateral epicondyle of the humerus, okay. Proximal arm, the one that stays put, is going to be lateral, like midline of humerus, okay, so that one's not moving. And then the one that is moving is going to be kind of lateral portion of radius here, okay. So obviously extension should be at about 0, you know, depending on how I have supported. If she has a little hyperextension, you know, again, that's when you might get that -5 or whatever, it might be hyperextension. But she might be a couple degrees, maybe 2. So what I want you to do now is just bend your elbow for me. Good. So keeping that landmark there. And I'm getting about 145. Good. And back down. And again, that would be that soft end feel because soft tissue approximation gets in the way there.
Like, all right, the
Comments,
supination
concerns?
approach.
Yeah. I do this sitting, yeah, I don't. Like, take a seat.
Yeah, you want a smaller one? There you go.
Oh, so many options. Oh, so cute. Okay, so for forearm supination, pronation, sitting, kind of want to try to have that 90-90 angle as best as you can. Wrist is hanging off, okay, so if you're going into supination, fulcrum, you went on the volar or medial just aspect, okay, kind of like ulnar styloid process, it might list specifically. That's where you're staying put. So you're staying in that plane, and then proximal arm is again perpendicular with the floor. And then your distal arm that is moving, I think it's going to say like follows like volar surface of the wrist. So what you're going to do is just turn your palm upward for me as you can. Some of you guys might have like one that has a flat edge. Makes it a little easier because I'm kind of digging the circular part into her wrist. But you're just laying it across as much as you can, while keeping that upright. And I'm getting about 68 for supination. And then pronation, you are just flipping to now like the posterior or distal surface, dorsal surface of the wrist. And doing the same thing. Proximal arm is perpendicular to the floor, so now you're pronating. Turn your palm downward for me. And same idea, that distal arm that's moving is just going to go across the dorsal aspect of the wrist. And again, a little difficult because I have the circular part there, but like 85 on the nose. So, pronation, supination?
Just go into wrist, radial
All right. Okay. Radial deviation, okay, is bringing that thumb inward, okay. Fulcrum or center of access is going to be the capitate. So what you can do is, you know, go third digit and kind of just right when you extend the wrist, you find that little divot. That's going to be your capitate. That's capitate, right? Center of access right on there. Proximal arm that is not moving is going to be midline of that forearm or radius, okay? And you are following the third digit, okay? So what you're going to do is just bring that thumb inward for me as much as you can. All right. And again, 20 degrees, and then same exact position for just doing the opposite motion of ulnar deviation. So over the capitate, proximal arm up, middle of radius, and then third digit. So you're going to bring your pinky like outward towards me. Good. Keeping that in line. And you got 40 degrees.
Good job.
Tony has a question.
So are you measuring? You were on the medials, like her?
I was on the outside for pronation.
Outside for pronation?
Yeah.
You're supinating. That's pronation.
Correct.
Okay, so the arm, the distal arms following the movement?
Yeah. So you're going like dorsal aspect of the wrist.
And we start neutral.
Yeah.
Neutral with a thumb up. This is 0. 45, 90, 45, 90.
You want the thumb up like this or just relax?
I don't care.